Delay, but are you guys ready for a Dragon Ball Z panel?
Yeah!
That's what I like to hear. First up, you know him as the voice of Krillin, Sunny Straight. Next up, you know him as the voice of Frieza, Damon Mills. And last but certainly not least, the voice of Goku, Sean Shao.
So we have time for 2 questions. Make them good.
Make them count.
I see we have a King Kai in the audience. Here we are. Thanks for representing. Appreciate it.
Guys, of course, I'm Rose. I'll be your moderator for today. I will...
Oh, we got a Krillin too. No, that's just a bald guy. Sorry.
Well, I won't take any time with my questions. I would love to keep it focused on the fans. Miss Melanie, could you pick a few fans for an open Q&A, please, and thank you. Please keep your questions to 1. Please, no voice recordings at this time.
I guarantee you somebody's going to
go.
go, okay, this is one of a 3-part question. That's what they're going to, and it's always hilarious. And I love it.
Hi, big fan of you guys. Yo, keep going on. All right, this is my biggest question of all, but if there was a chance if I asked you to sing a cool Dragon Ball Z song in front of everyone right here, what would you say?
Singing a cool Dragon Ball Z song?
Yeah.
Don't stop, we're in luck now.
Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop now.
I don't sing.
Saiyans in the night, exchanging glances. Strangers in the
Saiyans in the
night.
night. I just wanted to be under the table because he's holding his camera up so conspicuously and I find it humorous. So I think it's funny if he asks the question, I answer it under the table.
He's hiding. He's comfy
So
down there.
I'm being silly.
Sean, under the table, what would you sing?
I was singing Saiyans in the night instead of Strangers in the Night as a joke.
Saiyans in the night, exchanging sensu beans.
So, that song just took on a different connotation. Okay. Yes, I don't have a song. Like, I would not know. I mean, that's an improv thing. I don't know what you mean by cool Dragon Ball song. One we've done before, or?
Any kind of song is possible if you like to have.
Oh.
Well, we both sang the Kai theme,
Yeah,
didn't
we sang the Kai theme song before.
Yeah. I was season 5. What season were you?
I was season 1.
Of course.
On the DVD, I think, yeah.
I was season afterthought.
Yeah.
This is an afterthought.
Forgive me, I don't want to sing, but that's a great question. If you have another question, great.
Okay, cool. This one's something like a personal one. What do you think of the upcoming new Dragon Ball series coming up? I mostly think I might have a letdown for that because everyone's turning to kids and this is going to be another GT thing, but I'm not worried about that, but I will enjoy it. What are your thoughts about that?
The new Dragon Ball series. What's your thoughts on it?
I have no comments on Daima because I have no more data than you do. And I've not spoken, we haven't been spoken to about it yet. They're still working on that in Japan, is my guess.
Yeah, we're just as much in the dark as you are.
We don't know what's happening.
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I thought mostly the Frieza voice actor would sing the Frieza theme.
No!
Next question.
Hello.
Hello.
First, I just want to say thank you for everything.
Could you lean into the mic just a little bit? Tech, bring up the house mic. I mean the house, yeah, a little bit. We cannot hear anyone. There's a mixer here. Is there a mix engineer here? I don't know. Probably isn't.
Can we
but
get
go ahead.
the volume up on Q&A mic, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
And could you sing your favorite Dragon Ball song?
Yeah.
I mean, it starts out with the guitar, but.
Oh, okay.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you for everything that you guys do. Made everybody's childhood here really awesome. So, thanks. My question is, has anybody used a decibel reader to read how loud you actually yell? With you, Sean.
What are you saying?
Has there been a decimal reading of how loud we can get in the booth?
I know it's very loud. I know I've broken a diaphragm before. I'll explain what a diaphragm is on a mic.
Yeah.
It's a mylar, gold and aluminum sputted, micron thin piece of mylar that's attached to a gold transducer, which has 2 electric things on it, and it's a very, very thin piece of mylar. And usually a microphone rating will have an SPL rating, which is sound pressure level. And usually a TLM 103 is like at 139, 140 sound decibels. And at one point, I think during the original Dragon Ball, I did break a microphone, but we were not doing a decibel meter reading. I think I can get up that pretty high because when I am yelling, it does sound louder to me than a jet or other things that I know are in the high decibel areas, but I've never taken a decibel meter and registered. I know Bryce Papenbrook is also extraordinarily loud, and we've kind of privately challenged each other to a loud off at some point with a decibel meter, but I'm afraid if I'll lose credibility, so I'm not going to tell anybody, I'm not going to do it, because then I'll lose my credibility as Goku. I don't care, it's fine. Because the mic, once they mix it, if it sounds like a yell, it sounds like a yell. But we do yell full on every time. You can't half it.
Nope.
You can't.
Because it sounds stupid. If you're just going, you can't do it that way. You have to commit. You have to knock down that wall in front of you.
Yeah.
I know I've been going deaf from my own voice over the past 20 years, so.
Yeah.
That was the only
There you
question
go.
I had.
Thank you,
Thanks.
brother.
Merci.
Hello guys.
Hi.
My question is, for Goku,
Yes.
do you think Goku have like a superpower, like really, like his Ultra Instinct? You think that he can retrieve more levels?
You mean, are you talking about, I don't understand the question. Do I think he can go beyond Ultra Instinct?
Yes, beyond.
I mean, that's up to Akira Toriyama. My guess is, and I'm completely speculating, the question Chris Sabat and I, and even Damon and I have talked about since the beginning of Super is, are Goku and Vegeta being groomed to be the next gods of destruction and creation? I feel like that's the next destiny for them, but I don't think that's been articulated in the manga yet. I don't read ahead for a number of reasons, but that would be the next level for them. That's my own guess.
All right, thank you guys.
Do you think he would be happy there, though?
No.
Goku? Yeah. He would want to keep challenging
You know
people.
what I think the irony would be is if Goku becomes the god of destruction and Vegeta becomes the god of creation.
I can see that.
Because that makes more sense to me
Yeah.
if you think about it. Because Goku likes fighting strong guys, so I can go fight strong things and blow them up.
Yeah, but Vegeta's like, finally, I won!
I won. Yeah, and then he's like, I'm a creator. I have children with Bulma. Well, Goku has children. He just doesn't really care about them much.
That's true,
But
he is more of a creator.
I mean, he might care about them if they fight strong and don't do school studies.
Hello there. Hello there.
Hi.
Yo!
How you doing? This is a question for Frieza.
For me.
Yes. Since the inception of Dragon Ball franchise, mostly what Frieza has done carried the plot throughout the whole series.
Yes.
Like with the destruction of the planet of Vegeta,
I'm kind of having a hard time hearing you.
the destruction of planet Vegeta,
Uh-huh.
letting Goku live,
Yes.
and then
Uh-huh.
finally getting that power up in Breath.
The new power up in the manga?
Yeah.
Or Golden Frieza?
Golden and
Golden
then
Frieza,
Black.
okay.
Like, how do you think Frieza is as a character moving the plot forward for everything?
Repeat your last part of your question one more time, sorry?
Frieza's plot carrying the whole story.
How do I feel about his plot carrying the whole series?
I'm not sure that's a true statement, but Frieza thinks so.
Frieza is the main character in his head always. Everybody else is just,
That's a good strategy. Don't make him mad.
They're all an afterthought. Like, he doesn't care. He wants to rule over them all or kill them all. He doesn't care. Like, he has his own objectives. Goku is the only thing that's like kind of tested that, and he now has this obsession with him. Krillin is an afterthought.
Hey, who cut off your tail, bud?
Who blew you into smithereens?
Oh, that's true. But of all the universe, Krillin drew first blood on you.
I was not even in my final form, you fool.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I just have a question about if you guys have worked on the new Budokai game yet.
Do you mean Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Exactly.
I am acting as the voice.
Sparkling Zero?
Sparkling Zero.
Sparkling water zero.
Sparkling Water Zero. Yes. I'm acting as the main voice director, as well as voicing Frieza in the new Sparking Zero game, which is really exciting. I've been working with these guys for many months.
Yeah.
So it's been really cool. Got Chris Sabat brought me on to work at Okratron with these guys, and it's been really exciting. This game we can't talk much about yet, as you know. You guys know. The couple trailers that have dropped, really exciting. Looks really cool. All we can say is it's going to be a massive game. We've been working on it for quite some time. We are very nearly finished. Yeah.
I finished principal recording a few weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, so did I.
So I'm done.
Yes.
Frieza's done, but
done.
I'm done, right?
we have
You're
Okay, I'm
done.
done.
we have no idea when it's going to be released. That's up to Namco Bandai.
Yeah, we have no idea on the release date at all. We just know that we are almost done with our part.
I guess it would be hopefully this year. is my
Hopefully
guess.
this year.
That's my
I'm
guess.
hoping. Fingers crossed. It kind of depends. Video game releases always fluctuate. So, but we can say that it is going to be very cool, and I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well worth the wait.
So
Yeah.
what about Krillin? Are you there?
What was that?
What about Krillin?
What about him?
Is he in the game?
Yeah,
Is Krillin in the game?
He's in the trailer.
Yeah, Krillin's in the game.
He's in the trailer. Yeah.
We can talk about the characters that are in the trailer, and that is all.
Yeah.
Everybody's in it.
Hello.
I have a question for Goku.
Goku
What?
I have a question for you. Hello.
Hello.
Can you make an impersonation of Goku ordering Taco Bell?
Goku when he orders Taco Bell.
Before I do that, before I was a voice actor, my favorite thing to do was to order Taco Bell as Lieutenant Worf from Star Trek: The Next Generation. And then I would order a large prune juice, and if you're a Trek fan, you'll get that joke. But Goku Taco Bell, well, what do I order at Taco Bell when I go? Which I never go anymore because I have a gut disorder. But before I
Everything.
did it, no, I would get, I have an enchilada and 15 burritos. No, I didn't get 15 burritos, but I would get a beef and bean burrito and an enchilada and a Pepsi. That's what I would do. To go!
Thank you, sir. Please drive through.
Except probably multiple that by like 10,000 calories because he's working out, you know?
Oh my god. Good.
Hello. So, kind of the question for the whole cast.
Yeah.
How do you feel when, like, you know you have to go bar for bar with, like, 87-year-old women in the Japanese side?
Going from bar with
Well, that's only me.
Yeah, that's all
And well,
I
Sonny-
play Bardock.
Sonny has to. Yeah, he does. Yeah, true. Sonny has to do it too. I have jokingly said that I have to compete against an 87-year-old Japanese woman who, by the way, no disrespect whatsoever. That woman is amazing.
Oh, yeah,
I have
she's a
met
powerhouse.
Her. Oh, dude, she showed up. We did a premiere, Madison Square Garden, the Resurrection F movie. She flew directly from Japan to our panel in front of 8,000 people. Came straight off the plane, came into the green room. I met her real quickly. We took a selfie together. And I asked her through a translator, "Are you ready to go? You need a rest? It's been a long flight from Japan." She literally just landed. And she's like, "Nope, ready to go." And she was like, Goku'd up, and I had more energy than me. And I'm like, I cannot believe this. And she's also amazing because she really is progressive from the perspective of, I know her story regarding how she kept the voice as adult Goku because I asked her on a panel. I was sitting on a panel with her and I was always curious. It's not a tradition thing. Like every single young boy who's played by a woman, they always age into being played by a man in America. So anytime a character grows up, like, you know, Stephanie Adolny or Colleen was Kid Goku, and then it's Teen Goku on, it's me. They were gonna do that in Japan too, and when they were gonna do that to her, she said she called the producers and Akira Toriyama and said, "I'd like to audition for adult Goku because I'd like to keep the role." It's something to that effect, this is not verbatim. And they let her re-audition and she got it. And she did that like decades ago, because you know what I mean? I don't think there's a working woman in America right now who's been able to switch that vocally, and maybe there has been, I don't want to, but that's a rare thing. Most every little boy that's played by a woman is replaced by a man as they age. So I'm super impressed that she was able to do that. And she also plays Goten and Bardock and Gohan. She's remarkable.
She's insane. Yeah. What about Frieza?
And she's gonna live forever, so I'm not, I gotta keep up.
For
She's got the
Frieza?
immortality.
For us too?
Yeah.
I love hearing her Bardock voice. It's so twisted sounding. It almost sounds like Frieza. It's really
I
good.
know. And for Frieza, I mean, it's honestly kind of similar to what we ended up doing for the dub now. So, I don't know, it's fun to play off of it. It kind of helps, like, sometimes when we're recording, like, the video games, we do it blind and we don't know entirely what's going on. So it can be helpful for gauging, like, where we're going emotionally, or, like, where the context is in the scene. So, but yeah, they're fun. I think they're awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes,
The
thank
story
you.
is great.
Good afternoon.
Could you move the mic towards your mouth a bit, twist it down?
Sorry,
Thank
we're having
you.
a hard time hearing up here.
Yeah.
My bad.
Mike, get a little bit closer to the mic. It's okay, it won't bite you.
Hey,
Thank you.
So I have a question for Goku and Frieza.
Yes.
So, like, if there was an alternate dimension where like Frieza was good, but Vegeta was back to like his devious ways, you know,
Sure.
like what would like how would you want the story to like go from beginning to end?
I just, the funny thing about Frieza is it's hard to picture him good ever.
Yeah.
He's just, the closest you can think of is like Frost, right? From Super, where he's like, has this facade of goodness that he kind of presents. So even like in an alternate universe, I just feel like he's just so menacing, it's hard to picture. Like what, he would be like I don't know, he just running around doing great deeds for everybody, like I don't know. It would just be so weird and off-putting,
It would be weird.
especially how he looks. He's just not like a, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I would not be able to. I can't even fathom that. You know, like it's a fun idea to flip-flop them, but I can't really fathom it.
Goku, I mean, we've had Goku Black, right?
Well, yeah, Goku Black, yes.
So, I mean, that we've seen kind of.
Don't you like the cut?
But it is weird because most of Goku's enemies become his friends.
Yeah.
Even Krillin was his rival at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think Goku's very good at intuitively seeing who has the potential to do that. And he'll keep working him until he can turn him into a friend by beating the crap
Well,
out
I think
of them
that's what he
over
sees
and
in
over.
Frieza a little bit.
He
A little bit.
Especially like the Tournament of Power, you know, like how they teamed up. But
I mean, they
think-
do alley-oop.
And they do alley-oop, but you know, Frieza, somebody came up to me earlier, it was like, when Frieza was good, and I was like, Frieza wasn't good there.
No.
Frieza was doing this for his own self-interest and his own
And
survival.
Frieza is a narcissist.
He's a narcissist.
Yeah.
He's
But
a
Goku was able to
psycho.
use that.
He was able to use that to win the tournament, and because if Frieza didn't participate, he would too be erased. So like, what choice does he have? He has
Frieza
none.
needs a place to play.
Yeah, he did. Because like, if everything's gone and he's gone, then that's no fun. Frieza
Yeah.
wants to be able to have fun and kill everyone, and torture and maim and rule and yeah. So that's yeah.
Well, thank you. for
Thank
answering
you.
my question. Have a good day.
You too. Yo.
Hi, this is mainly a question for Sunny and Sean. but
Okay.
Since Dragon Ball is such a long-running series,
You want to move the mic a little closer to you?
oh yeah.
That's better.
Thank you.
Since Dragon Ball is such a long-running series, do you ever find yourself looking back at like old episodes of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Kai and find that your voice acting skills have improved since then, or that you sound any different as time has gone on?
So you're saying I don't find my voice acting as what versus what? I couldn't quite hear you.
Like Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Z Kai, like just like the improvement from the beginning.
So
I think
here's
is
the
what you're
thing.
saying?
Now you must be saying that because you think you've noticed that. Is that why?
No, I was just wondering.
You think we like suck in the beginning and are better later? I think that's the truth. And the reason I say that is because it might be the truth. And so I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm very hypercritical of my own work, and I try to be a good artist. And so I'm not interested in like everyone praising me all the time. I think there's a good amount of my work on Z that isn't very good, and I think I spent 10 years getting good at it. And then Kai, I think I get much. And I will also tell you when I'm great, but I will also tell you when I'm not. And in Suit and Kai on, I think I get much better. In the last 4 movies, I think I killed it. But I will say Chris Ayres outacted all of us on Resurrection F, rest his soul. And I was blown away by that because he did it on like 14 tanks of oxygen because he had a lung transplant while he was recording Resurrection F.
Broly.
Oh, Broly. Sorry, Broly. Yeah, Broly.
right.
Sorry. Just was unbelievably great. So yeah, and the other thing was is in the beginning of the cast, and you'll notice this on the original season of The Simpsons, even the first season of The Simpsons, they do not sound like they know it later. So there are 2 things that happen in voiceover. One is that they sink into the characters and it settles over time. There's one exception to that. One show that came out of the gate completely polished vocally was Rick and Morty. Right out of the gate, they're just polished right out of the gate. Now for me, Dragon Ball Z was my first audition ever, and I was required to mimic the Canadian cast because they had moved production from Canada to the US. And so what had happened was I'm a baritone, and the previous guys who played Goku had a higher voice, and I was matching it, but it was a bit pinched, and it bothered me. And so so I'm constantly working on myself and getting the work right. And so I still wanted it to be like Goku for Kai, and like I'd been doing it with the diction, but I wanted to settle into a place that was better, more comfortable for me, didn't sound as pinched, and was a more natural hero voice. And so that's when I settled right here. Versus way up here, Like that, and I'll do that voice kind of when I'm doing teen Goku or very, very young Goku, but it's a little tight and a little pinched up here, right? But once I get it settled in right there, that's where the pocket is, and that's how I evolved it and felt it, and that happens naturally, consciously and unconsciously with most actors over time. You can try to do it, but you also kind of naturally settle into it over
Yeah, the
time.
more you get to know the character.
Yeah, the more you get to know. The character will speak to you, you know?
We all got a lot better after the first couple of seasons. And he's right, because you didn't have like rehearsal time. We were just thrown in. I was very fortunate though, because I got cast because I could sound like the Canadian Krillin, who was like this, hey guys, wait up! And
Which is a cool voice. I mean, it's a fun voice. But
yeah, that's how Terry Clausen actually speaks.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Kai also.
Hi. But there was a good old boy who was our director named Barry Watson at the time. And Barry goes, yeah, that sounds just like Terry Clausen, but I hate that voice. And I was like, oh crap, he's going to replace me. And I said I can do other voices. He goes, yeah, I know, that's why I'm casting. I was just wondering what else you could come up with. And I said, well, I've been reading the manga, and in my head, what I hear for Krillin is more like Popeye on helium. And he goes, well, what would that sound like? And I went, I don't know, something like this. Come on, let's go, guys. Anyway, yeah, let's use that. That's pretty good. Popeye on helium. Popeye on helium. It's for the children.
And then he went, you're not going to make me pay for helium tanks, are you? No,
yeah, we got to have helium in the booth.
I think all of us have like kind of started with a voice matching, myself included, and we've kind of evolved, you know, as we've gone on with the character.
Yeah, I think as the first season progressed, everyone started finding their own voice, and which I think we should have started that way, really.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, thank
Good
you so much.
question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I know you think our early work sucks. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
Hey guys, I just want
Hi.
to thank y'all. Oh wow, I'm actually naturally loud, so I can hear my reverb.
Oh yeah, you are naturally
Maybe
loud.
I'll back up a little
Yeah,
bit.
not bad.
I wanted to thank y'all for helping make my childhood great.
You're welcome.
Goku, obviously a legend. Dude, your interpretation of Frieza
Thank
is
you.
amazing.
Thank you
amazing.
very much.
Absolutely love it. But I have to say, my
He had some
favorite...
big shoes to fill.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah, done great. I love y'all's continuation of the saga, just the emotion in it. That actually brings me to my favorite character in Dragon Ball is Krillin. Hands down.
Thanks for having good taste.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know about you in 30 seconds to a minute, that doesn't surprise me. You seem like a Krillin-y guy.
He does look like one of my people.
Yeah.
He's a little taller than I expected, though.
That's awesome. I just want to say, I love the vulnerability you put into the character. I feel like I can really relate. Whenever Krillin's going through dramatic moments. Anyways, I have two questions for you. One is, this is for Krillin. How does it feel to have the baddest girl in the game?
Like I won.
18.
Awesome. And then I was wondering if you could do this for me and do your Goku.
That's not bad.
Thanks.
Sorry you got blown up, Krillin. The sound of screams with my maimed victims.
It's like music to my ears.
I got two questions for Goku.
What?
I got two questions for you, Goku. The first one is, how many attempts did it take you to do the screams in Dragon Ball Super Broly?
And Super Broly, depending on the scene, look, I'm gonna explain how this kind of worked. When I first started on the show, I'm a new voice actor. It would take me anywhere from about 12 to 22 takes to get something right. But I've been doing it so long, I usually get something right in 1 to 3 takes. And then sometimes I get lucky because I'm so in the zone, like a sports player in the zone or something, that I just get it on the first take. So in that particular scene in Broly where Goku is basically Loki and Broly is basically the Hulk, and he's got him by the ankles and he's smacking him about, I did that the first take in 1 take. Of the whole scene, the whole long scene, and I was huffing and puffing at the end. I stood up and I go, guys, we gonna do it again? I'm sure I missed something. And Raleigh, the engineer's like, nope, we got it. And I'm like, are you sure? And I was just like about to pass out, and I was like, no, I think, and I just felt I was in the zone, and so I got really lucky. So that particular scene, you just become one with everything, and it's like the hoop is big, and you just go. And so I got lucky that day, but most of the time, the Super Saiyan 3 scream, I was kind of orchestrating, stitching that together because I had a vision for how I wanted it to sound like one giant long scream. I cannot hold a scream for 3.5 minutes. I can do it a very long time, but not 3.5 minutes. And I try to do it to the cut where it changes angles, and then we digitally stitch that together with another scream that I do in real time that I perform, and then we perform the next one, and then and you have to get the pitch right, and then we digitally stitch all those together, so it just looks like this giant long scream. They're all legitimately performed, and I do them all that day, but they have to be cut together. They're not pulled from any old stuff. We don't ever do that usually at all, except rarely. So I hope that answers your question, and thank you for saying that.
These guys, having worked with them, I will say they're all just know their characters so well. You know, they just do like 1 to 3 takes, like you said.
Yeah.
It does not require much direction. I'm like babysitting, you know.
Thank you. Well, he's a great director, though. And he'll notice things. The one thing about Damon is he'll notice things about a mistake or something you're doing with the voice that you would typically notice, and then when you miss it, he's there to catch it, which usually requires you to be you, meaning you are usually the only one who's going to catch that tiny nuance. Damon will catch it. And so that's a real boon in the
Damon
recording.
grew up watching the show, right?
That's true.
I mean, I know it really well, and I will say directing myself, and I've been self-directing recently for the Frieza stuff, and it's hard because I'm picky, so it takes me forever.
Wow.
About you saying God, how do you feel about it? Like, I feel like it wasn't, like, if you're like one time, it's gone after that.
You're saying, what was your comment? You feel like one God is enough, or what?
About Super Saiyan God, how do you feel about that? Because I know it appeared and it was gone after that. Like,
how do you feel about Super Saiyan God?
Yeah, in general, I mean, I think it's a great argument for the whole Superman argument. And I was able to ask the Japanese staff when they came about the differences between a red-haired God mode and blue-haired God mode, and there are some differences between that and Ultra Instinct, and it's usually the kind of powers he has and the kind of energy he uses. You know, like in Super Saiyan 3, he's got a lot of power but very little agility. And in Super Saiyan red-haired God mode, I noticed it the way they animated the martial arts and then the special bubble move he does with Broly. The basic way they explained it to me is it's more of an internal power, like Aikido, and you're using your opponent's energy against them. And then blue-haired is more of a balanced mode of both and power. And then Ultra Instinct, he no longer has to think. And so he doesn't have to think about his next move, it's just automatic. And that's very difficult, because when I saw him doing kind of the yoga dance before he does it, I was trying to find a way to make him sound like he's not thinking without sound like he's boring. So I'm trying to do kind of a Jedi, these aren't the droids you're looking for type of voice, Goku's voice, you know, like, I am one with, with everything, right? He doesn't have to, I'm sitting here dancing this whole time. And so that's the challenge, and I haven't really been able to flesh that out because I haven't recorded super much as Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct. Or just Autonomous Ultra Instinct. I have not done a lot of it yet, with the exception of the game and the previous series. So I'm looking forward to and the movie, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series where I can really flesh that out and have multiple opportunities to perform as Ultra Instinct, because I think it's going to be an interesting challenge for me vocally.
That's actually one of my favorite things, is listening to the way you change your voice subtly between the levels.
That's hard to do because I didn't realize it was going to be problematic when we were working on a game and we were going to be referencing games I did 17 years ago.
Yeah.
And Damon kept track of it all, because I don't have that memorized. I know it's different, but I have to hear it again. Because there's a difference between Super Saiyan 3 and 4, they're very subtle, and then the blue-haired mode's a little lower, and then Ultra Instinct, there's a little subtle changes for each one, because he's in a different physiological form is the logic,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Good question, kid, you're a thinker. Love it.
Hello, birthday girl.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Frieza, do you
Yes.
tell your Frieza Force happy birthday?
Do I what?
Do you tell your Frieza Force happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Frieza Balls. Do your work. Clean the kitchen, mop the floors, bring me tea or wine.
One last question for Goku. Okay. What is your favorite form to voice?
And for me?
Yes.
A bass form. I love Goku when he's got black hair. That's when he's in his most grounded, that's where I met the character, that's how I connect to the character, that's where he's himself. Anytime he's in a different form, he's usually in battle, he's focused, but when he's happy-go-lucky, just chilling out with the fam, or making King Kai mad, or being silly, or just bass form is the one I'm most comfortable. When I see a different hair color, I'm like, okay, I gotta do something crazy here in a second. So I like it, it's fun, but once I see him black-haired, especially when he's got lines like he doesn't get that, he's tripped out. He's like, I remember this one scene I did where he's talking to somebody about Krillin and 18, and he's like, "Did you see that? Did she know she's a robot?" Like he's totally, he doesn't understand. Like, how does that work? Like when he's that
She's
clueless?
basically a sophisticated blow-up doll, Goku.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And so that's where I like, where I connect with the character. But in terms of the forms, I enjoy the red God mode hair and the Super Saiyan God mode, Super Saiyan blue hair, which I call Super Saiyan Sunday Sandwich. And Ultra Instinct are my favorites, you know. But base form is where I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Did we have one more birthday girl over here? I see a sash on as well. Happy birthday to you as well. We hope you have a great day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Guys, forgive us that we do have to wrap this time.
Wrap
Again,
it.
we're so sorry for the delay. We see lots
You guys have
of
been amazing all
CBC
weekend.
fans.
Thank you, Houston.
Thank you guys.
Will you give you guys?
I'll be in
Come see
Texas
us at our
one more time.
table.
Come to our table. I'll be in Corpus next weekend. And
We're all in the far right corner of
Yeah.
the signing area.
We're going to lunch now, though.
If anyone else has any questions, you're more than welcome to see
Thank
the
you,
guys
guys.
at their booths
Thank
for
you.
autographs, selfies, anything else that you need. We'll see you for the next panel. But thank you guys so much. Give it up for the guys one more time.